Hi everyone, welcome to my Paladins tips and tricks video. Paladins is an amazing game and there are so many different ways to play it. Today, I'm going to be sharing some of my best tips and tricks to help you become a better player. So let's get started. This video should provide you with strategies and approaches needed to play main tank effectively in Paladins. It emphasizes the importance of assessing the game state, defensive abilities, and when to contest and disengage to maximize effectiveness. It also covers purchasing defensive and healing items, taking advantage of cover, zoning, ultimates, and item purchases. Lastly, it discusses the balance between quantity and quality when utilizing cooldowns. With these tips, players can make the most effective decisions in Paladins to lead their team to victory. It is imperative to assess the game state, time defensive abilities accurately, and determine when to contest and when to disengage in order to maximize effectiveness as a main tank. Defensive and healing items such as Haven, Rejuvenate, and Resilience should be purchased for this purpose. Taking advantage of cover and proper paving can help to minimize damage, create space for the team, and touch the point at the right time. Objective time does not always reflect skill as a main tank, so focus should be on ability management and watching VODs to improve. Stacking with the off-tank and assessing performance by objective time should be avoided. If mid is lost, it is best to reassess the fight and give up ground if necessary. If the enemy has a slight advantage, retreating to a defensible location is advised, while a full regroup may be necessary if they have a significant advantage. When regrouping, it is important to stay in spawn until everyone is there and not walk out alone. Zoning is a strategy used in team-based games like Paladins to deny the enemy map space by posturing aggressively and preventing them from recontesting. It should be done without overextending by taking a position with long sightlines that also have an escape route nearby and are not too far from the team. When chasing the distance to the enemy spawn, the number advantage and the aggressiveness of the rest of the team should be considered. Ultimates are a powerful tool in competitive Paladins and when used correctly can turn the tide of a close team fight. The ideal time to use them is in the early or middle stages of a team fight while the outcome is still undecided. Waiting too long may result in the fight being won or lost before the ultimate can be used, so it is best to use it when the team fight is balanced. It is better to use the ultimate to get even just one kill or save a life earlier in the fight than to be greedy and hold it forever waiting for a really flashy play. Generally, using the ultimate twice per round is advised, once during the capture point fight and then 1 to 2 more times if there is at least a minute on the clock. Utilizing ultimates properly can be the difference between victory and defeat. We are going to discuss the balance between quantity and quality when it comes to using cooldowns. Cooldowns are abilities that have a delay before they can be used again after being used. This delay is known as the cooldown length. Cooldowns are an important mechanic that every player needs to understand and use to their advantage. Let's start with discussing the length of cooldowns. With a shorter cooldown, there's less odds of something urgent happening in that window of time and a greater chance of the player getting it back when they need it. With a longer cooldown, wasting it comes at an even longer penalty. The question then is how much cooldowns should be used. Using a cooldown at each opportunity and spamming it off cooldown results in more actions per minute at the expense of quality and the player not having it when needed. Rarely using cooldown abilities may increase the quality, but that won't justify the overall low output. It's a good idea to hold on to a cooldown for the right moment. Maybe the player uses it off cooldown, but then a few seconds later they realize they could have waited a bit longer to use it. When purchasing items in Paladins, it is important to consider the situation and the needs of your team. overbuying green items like kill to heal and life rip, and underbuying rejuvenate and blue items like resilience and haven are common mistakes. An item that's good or great overall can still be a bad purchase for a particular moment if it comes at opportunity cost of not having an item that is absolutely essential for that moment. Free examples of this are illuminate, wrecker or resilience. If the enemy team has invisibility, shields or crowd control, you want to have those. Illuminate and bulldozer should not be bought as a first item, and rejuvenate should not be bought to tier 3 if other items are needed. Master riding should not be underestimated, and nimble should not be bought as a starter item. Chrono should not be bought for most champs with short cooldowns or only 1 to 2 cooldowns, and should not be bought for DPS. Life rip should not be bought for champs with low primary fire/weapon damage, and kill to heal should not be bought to tier 3. Although, as of November 2022, kill to heal is no longer affected by anti-healing, and strategies around this will change. Veteran should not be bought 99.9% of the time, and wrecker should not be bought for one person only. Deft hands should not be bought for champs that have long clips or not very much DPS, and players should not be impatient and buy whatever they can afford whenever. By considering the situation and the needs of your team, you can make the most effective item purchases in Paladins. That's it for my Paladins tips and tricks video. I hope these tips will help you become a better player. Good luck and have fun. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks.